Depending on the time of year when you're collecting your samples, there may be, or time of day, there might be moisture, dew, or even rain, which is keeping your sample wet, and you don't want to damage your paper coin envelope if you're using a paper coin envelope as your collection vessel. So in that case, put your collection envelope in a plastic baggie. You only need two. Put that inside of a baggie that's going to be collected. They're clear, so when you need to scan in the information into your collection system, you can scan in that barcode. And then when you're collecting your leaves, even though they're moist, if you put them in this other bag, they will not get that coin envelope wet during the process. Then when you get back to an appropriate place that's dry, or there's a roof, to the dwelling, you can then dry that sample and place in the coin envelope. So to dry it, you'll just need some paper towels to blot off the excess moisture. And you'll put your leaf sample onto that paper towel and then blot it in order to get the moisture off it. It's best to spread that sample around, not stack it up, so that you can blot off as much moisture as possible. After you've blotted off the moisture, you'll put the leaves, which are relatively dry, then into the coin envelope that you've scanned into the data collection device. And then normally you would seal this with a clip, but I'll just bend the edges over. And that then has your sample in it. It's relatively dry, and you can put it in a larger Ziploc or resealable plastic bag with other samples to desiccate it. And that way you can use a large amount of desiccate to desiccate many samples at one time. It uses less desiccant overall, so it's less expensive and easier to manage. And this desiccant, because it's not in contact with the sample, everything's in here, it's pretty easy to decant it if it becomes used up, and use new desiccant while you regenerate this. So this process saves on desiccant, saves on overall bulk. It separates the actual leaf sample from the desiccant, but it does mean that when you're in the field and it's raining or very moist dew in the morning, that you need to protect that coin envelope during collection while still making sure that it is absolutely tied to the sample that you're collecting, so that it doesn't end up that the sample goes into a different coin envelope that isn't scanned into the data collection device. And then these paper towels, because they've come in contact with that sample, they're discarded. They're no longer used.